You walk into a room. People are relaxed, laughing. Someone's telling a story with big hand gestures. Then you get close. Something shifts. The volume drops. Someone pulls out their phone. Another person suddenly needs to fix their drink. The storyteller wraps up faster than planned. You didn't say anything. You just showed up. And you've felt this your whole life. That quiet moment when a room adjusts itself around you. For years, maybe still now, you've been reading that as rejection, as people not liking you, as being too much or somehow not enough. Here's what you've been getting wrong. Those people weren't reacting to something bad about you. They were reacting to something they couldn't control in themselves. When someone goes quiet around you, when they laugh too fast, when they suddenly can't hold your eyes, that's not dislike, that's discomfort. And discomfort like that has one very specific source. Your presence holds up a mirror. Not on purpose, not to make anyone feel small, but something in the way you carry yourself. Your calm, your quiet, your lack of need forces people to see themselves more clearly than they want to. Loud people rarely trigger this. Someone who fills every silence with noise gives nervous people somewhere to hide. But you don't do that. You're comfortable not talking. You don't perform. And that stillness is one of the most quietly unsettling things a person can bring into a room. Psychologist Carl Jung spent decades studying what he called the shadow, the parts of ourselves we push down and refuse to look at. He believed that when someone's presence forces us to face what we've been avoiding, we don't thank them. We pull back. We go cold or awkward or competitive. That's not them rejecting you. That's them rejecting the reflection. You've spent too long wondering what you're doing wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just not shrinking. And for a lot of people, that alone is enough to make them quietly uncomfortable. By the end of this, you'll know 5 specific signs that tell you someone is intimidated by you. Real behaviors, things you can spot in real time, and you'll know what to do and what not to do with that knowledge. The over-explainer is the first sign. Someone makes a small decision around you, shows up late, cancels a plan, orders something different, and explains it in a way they'd never explained to anyone else. Long, detailed, almost defensive. Like they already know you're judging them. But you weren't judging them. You were just standing there. Your calm reads as evaluation to someone already evaluating themselves too hard. Your silence becomes a courtroom in their head. They can't stop defending a case you never brought. If someone over-explains small things to you constantly, that's not friendliness. That's nerves. They feel like they need to earn your approval without you ever asking for it. The second sign is the quiet competition. Someone starts name-dropping, brings up achievements you didn't ask about, one-up stories you just told, mentions money or status in a way that feels too deliberate. You didn't challenge them. You were just present. Robert Cialdini, one of the most respected psychologists alive, spent decades studying how people respond to social threat. What his research shows again and again is that people don't compete with those they feel above. They compete with those they feel threatened by. Bragging isn't confidence, it's armor. And people only put it on when they feel they need it. If someone constantly turns conversations into a quiet scorecard around you, that's their discomfort, not your problem. The third sign is the eye contact tell. 2 versions, both mean the same thing. First, they can't hold your eyes. They look away fast. Find something fascinating past your shoulder, never quite land on you directly. Second, they hold it too long, too steady, too deliberate. Like breaking eye contact first would mean losing something. Neither is natural. Both are controlled. And control means discomfort. Psychologist Paul Ekman spent his career studying how the body responds to emotional pressure. He found that discomfort doesn't just live in the face, it lives in how people manage their face. The effort is the signal. Natural comfort looks effortless. Nervous comfort looks managed. When someone is relaxed, they don't think about where to look. When your presence creates pressure, the eyes become a decision. The fourth sign is the nervous talker. You sit next to someone and they just go, talking fast, filling every gap. And the moment there's half a second of silence, they jump right back in. They're not talking because they're comfortable. They're talking because they're not. Silence with you feels dangerous, not because you've done anything with it, but because they don't know what you're thinking inside it, so they fill it. Paper over every quiet moment before it can grow. Dr. Albert Mehrabian's research showed that actual words carry far less meaning than how and when people say them. Nervous talking isn't conversation, it's noise management. Someone trying to control a space they feel they're losing. Just let the silence exist. The ones who can't sit in it are showing you exactly how much your presence affects them without you saying a word. The fifth sign is the most important one. It's called the cold shift. Everything seems fine. Then one day you say no. You hold a line. You don't apologize for something that wasn't your fault. You don't perform the version of yourself they expected. And they go cold, not angry, just different, clipped, distant, like something broke. They were never comfortable with the real you. They were comfortable with their idea of you easier, softer, more manageable. And when the real you showed up, the one with standards, the one who doesn't fold it, rattled them. Dr. John Bowlby's research on attachment showed that people build internal blueprints of how others will behave. When reality breaks that blueprint, the reaction feels like betrayal, even when nothing was betrayed. The coldness isn't punishment. It's the shock of meeting someone they couldn't predict or control. Don't chase that coldness. Don't apologize your way back into their comfort zone. The cold shift is the clearest signal of all five. It means your boundaries work exactly the way they should. The people who go cold when you hold a line were never responding to you. They were responding to the version of you they thought they could manage. When you stay yourself anyway, that's the whole thing. None of these 5 signs are about you doing something wrong. Every single one, the over-explaining, the competition, the eye contact, the nervous talking, the cold shift, every one is a person struggling with themselves in your presence. You didn't cause the struggle. You just didn't hide yourself enough to make it easier for them. Most quiet people get this backwards. They spend years trying to be smaller, more approachable. They dial themselves down because they've been taught that making people uncomfortable is a flaw. They shrink so others can relax. But your calm is not a weapon. Your standards are not an attack. Your silence is not a judgment. These things are just you. And the discomfort other people feel around that, it's not something you created. It's something they brought with them. Psychologist Nathaniel Branden spent his life studying self-worth. He said the greatest act of courage is to think for yourself and live without needing approval. Not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly and completely. That's what you've been doing, maybe without even knowing it. The people who feel intimidated by you aren't your problem to solve. They're a signal that you carry something real, something that holds its shape even when the room goes quiet. You've spent long enough wondering if you're too much. You're not too much, you're just not less. There's a video coming that connects directly to everything just covered. Because once people realize they can't rattle you, once the intimidation stops working, some of them switch tactics. They don't go quiet. They go somewhere darker. It's called jealousy, and it has 6 very specific moves. You'll want to know all 6 before you run into them. That video is coming next. Subscribe so you don't miss it.